Here we are, it's the next morning. We've been cooking now for just over 20 hours. I checked periodically yesterday, I kept coming back, but effectively the last time I checked was about midnight last night, before I went to bed, and it's now 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's had 9 straight hours. I can hear the chargers still humming. More green sludge, very nice. Curious. I'm going to drain the tank into this bucket below it, and then we'll have a look inside, and then I've got something I want to try. Okay, so I've drained all the fluid out. Again, it was very green. I'm shining a torch inside. I can see that quite a lot of the rust has been converted, but the further back I get, the more there is. I can't really see with the torch. The further back I go, the more presence there is of rust, and as I go down to the bottom of the tank, there's still quite a bit of rust clinging to the bottoms of the walls there. You can see the seam. You can see sort of where it's cleaner, de-rusted, and then it enters into a rusty phase. Now originally it was all orange like it is at the bottom there, or at the back. Now what I'm going to do, and what I did last night before I went to bed, was I filled the tank with 1.5 kilograms of screws and sharp cornered cheap nuts. I got 1.5 kilograms from Wilkinson's for about £3 something, so cheap as chips, and it's something that will be really useful for putting into tanks, shaking them about and using the abrasive edges to knock off any of the rust particles. We'll do that, come back, rinse it out and see what's what. Okay, the tank is now full of 1.5 kilos of screws and nuts, and we're going to give it a good 10-15 minutes of shaking. Okay, whilst it still looks very rough, the improvement is remarkable. A lot of the rust has been changed to the black iron, which is quite stable. There's still a lot of crust down the bottom of the tank. God, this is hard to film. Hang on. Okay. There's still quite a bit of crust down the bottom of the tank, but there's a definite line where that now finishes, so I'm going to carry on with the electrolysis and see how we get on. There we go. You can see, and it kind of flakes off to reveal bare metal underneath it. So I'm going to carry on for another 10, 12, 15 hours of electrolysis and see what happens. See if we can't get rid of that. But the rest of it, I know it looks rough. It definitely is pitted, but you wouldn't believe how much better that looks now. Right, we're back in for another session. I'm going to give it, well, at least until this evening, until bedtime. I may even let it run overnight again. That dripping you're seeing is coming from the neck, I think, where the bubbles form during the electrolysis. It causes the water to expand slightly and drip out. Keep an eye on that though. I'm pretty certain that's what it is. Yeah, there's a build-up of water around my finger, so that's where it's coming from. The stopcock is not leaking, which is good. Right, check on that later tonight.